Given that the election is coming up, I guess it might make sense to stick on the subject of Trudeau. We're going to explore this place. It's part of my usual walk too. I usually stroll through here, sometimes grab something to eat. The problem with his drink box, water box, plastic response isn't that he stuttered, and I stutter. I'm not going to criticize him for stuttering. He's a fairly good speaker, I think. Unimaginably, oh, is he dumb or is he evil? I don't know, man. Or brainwashed. That's the thing. Evil, dumb, or brainwashed, or some combination of the three. The problem with that answer is he never expected anybody to ask him. Like, okay, Justin, what do you personally do to reduce your use of plastics? That question floored him, number one, because he had done nothing. And two, because he did not anticipate anybody asking him that question. He has so much influence over the people who ask him questions. You can't call it a democratic system. If you ask him the wrong question, you won't be invited back, and that'll really hurt your career. I'm amazed how easily corrupted so many Canadians are, actually, in that way. Yeah. Is it? Part of the local art scene. I could get on that MRT, probably keep using the camera, but obviously, once again, I want to avoid that sort of thing. Like 20 minutes ago, there was a huge lineup here. They're giving out the COVID vaccines. Oh, remember the stupid thing he said? It wasn't this long ago. He's out there, he's talking about we need a she recovery from the she session. I don't think we needed a recovery from the recession. He came up with this clever little quip, or somebody in his office did. No, we don't need a recovery from the recession. We need a she-covery from the she session. It couldn't be more blatant. Vote for me, ladies, and I'll fill your pockets. Absolutely blatant. What I like is that there's so many women in those PPC protests around Justin Trudeau. Bernier came out and said, like, look, you've got the right to go and protest. I'd kind of say, like, keep it down, though, right? Why don't you just carry signs like they used to? Probably somebody would poke a camera in your direction for the sign that you had. The COVID lineup is still here. Yeah, you can't. They said that somebody threw gravel at him. Well, I don't know. Gravel's quite a specific thing. Gravel is a pretty good size crushed rock, right? Most of us have a pretty good idea what gravel is. And it's good with these things to be specific, because this is the way that people lie, right? Was it a handful of gravel, or was it a handful of pebbles, round pebbles? It looked to be a pretty good size on stream. Oh, okay. Here we go. Am I getting anything? Wow, it's hard to do, man. Why can't I get this? There we go. They're nuts for this stuff around here. And I think that there's a sort of a hierarchy sort of situation. Well, I can say for sure that the best I've ever seen here, I don't know that these guys are good. This guy's got some fluidity to him, doesn't he? And he's listening to the music. Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very cool. And this spot right here. God, I can't remember the name of this station. When I suggest that people, if they ever came to Taipei, they should stay in this neighborhood, this is what I'm talking about. I can't remember what it is. Wow. Oh, Yanshan Station. Oh, it's nice, man. Okay, while we're here, might as well. This used to be an old stadium. One of my pet peeves about Taiwan is that they never put access to places where you'd have an absolutely fantastic view of Taipei. All they had to do was allow some access to that upper area. They should have let people just walk around there. Could have put a bike track, I guess. Just a hiking trail would have been all right. It's phenomenal that they don't care much about seeing the city at its best. And I'm serious, that would be one of the best views in the entire city. In a way, because it's kind of far from everything, but you can see, you know, the mountains and the river coming down from two different directions, Taipei 101 and all that. Yeah, it's a beautiful view from up there. I know because, oh, this is an interesting story. There's a new social housing development. I think I was there yesterday talking about that. And I just went in there. My thing is getting on roofs. Been like this since I was about 12. I always want to get on the roof of a place. And so I went there, and it had been basically finished. And so I just went, and I went, okay, there's the elevator. I don't think much of the building was open. Perhaps not the most talented example, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so I just took the elevator up there. It's a little bit tricky. You had to like go down a staircase, had to try to find your way up to the top of this building, right? And so obviously, you know, the public's not allowed up there, right? It just couldn't be more obvious. But you can get away with so much here, and you know why? Because nobody else tries. The luxury leech thing that we do with the hotel, like nobody luxury leeches. Not much. It's amazing. You just walk into the most gorgeous hotels you can think of, just, you know, maybe have a coffee, maybe just walk through, maybe just sit around in the lobby, like for an hour when it's really hot. Nobody bugs you. I think this is the luxury leech capital of the world. And it'll only remain that way as long as nobody gets the idea. Anyway, so I went up to the top of that building. And it was so funny because obviously I got caught, right? So it's like they sent 4 of them up there to get me. And the view was fantastic. Little store. Probably the only person she sees all day. This place is dead, man. Because of COVID. Some pubs and stuff. Oh, the big gay bars right here. One of many, but yeah, it's really a dump. But it attracts a lively crowd on the weekends here, this place. Pubs and restaurants and stuff. Should come back on a Saturday, Sunday night. Yeah, anyway, so I'm up on the top of this this building, and they caught me. So I'm up there and I'm saying like, oh, 真的吗? Oh, 不行, 真的, sort of like that, really crappy Chinese. I forget exactly what I said, but I just act like, oh, really? Oh, I didn't know you weren't supposed to come up here. And they're looking at me and they're going, yeah, you fucking knew you're not supposed to be up here. Like, your Chinese isn't that great, but if you could speak it, I was more than that, I forget what it was. But, if you could speak Chinese, you're probably not so stupid that you think you can go up to the top of an unfinished construction site. They hadn't done the interior and all that. That's what they said. No, they didn't say that. They said, oh, no, and I think that what will happen here so often, I think that this is so fundamental, is that if you do something wrong, and I do this constantly now, if you do something wrong, then they will apologize to you. And there's a specific reason for it. So they said, "Bu hao isa," which translates to not good meaning, but it means, embarrassing. I think a lot of people feel that way, but this is just really the way it's done here. So they're really embarrassed that they have to tell me, no, actually, really, you're not supposed to be here, and, And the whole thing is bullshit. Because we're looking each other in the eye and we're all laughing. Like, we know that we're just doing this little drama. They know, I know, you shouldn't be up there. And they know, I know, they know I shouldn't be up there. Everybody knew everything. And it was actually just so warm and so much fun. Like, to be embraced in Chinese society is really a beautiful feeling. I'm not that involved with the society here, especially not anymore. I think actually since I became interested in politics, I just kind of don't care about learning the language even. Yeah. Trudeau. 61 million to journalists just before the election. Black Bloc, I think it is, Black Rock, came out with the story. TPN News, I think, has it. And, of course, what they'll say is, well, yeah, the print media is really suffering. Okay, so let's say that you agree that the print media should be subsidized. Couldn't you have waited until after the election to give out $61 million? Honestly, if you're voting for Trudeau, you're doing it for the money, or because you're some combination of dumb, evil, and brainwashed. This is a question I've been pondering on for a long time, and I honestly think it's mostly brainwashed. I honestly do. Like, if you go to high school, are they going to tell you, taking control of the media is something that all authoritarian governments do, and that authoritarian governments eventually end up, imprisoning and torturing and murdering vast numbers of people. So you really want to keep it out of society. Like, is any school teacher explaining that and saying, yeah, what's happening in the media right now is an authoritarian takeover of the country? Do kids even hear that? I doubt it. Not from teachers. That's for parents to do. In the United States, people are just taking their kids out of the school system, putting them in public schools or schooling them themselves. Okay, so I only get 15 minutes on these things.